Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Morales Mingle here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Live. My name is Gabe Gonzales. I'm your MJH Parent Liason. And with me, as always, is Miss Barbara Chase, our family support counselor. Hello, Barbara. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. I am doing wonderfully. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have a very, very special guest today. So we're going to jump right into going over our things so we can get to our special guest. So we just want to remind everybody that we have a shared responsibility to make sure that we are taking the steps that we need in order to minimize the risk of COVID-19 infections and spreading in our campuses and in our community. And so every member of our Coyote and Lubbock community, including you parents, we must all do our part. And so please make sure to wear your face covering, keep your distance at least 6 feet, wash your hands, use that hand sanitizer, check yourself. And please, if you are feeling sick and you're not sure if it's allergies or cold or flu or COVID, please, if you feel sick, stay home just as a precaution until you're sure that you are cleared and feeling well and ready to come back to work or school.
Yeah, for sure. Keep those hands clean. Use that sanitizer. That's what we need to keep this thing going down and in the right direction that we need it to. And moving on, we do remember, folks, that everybody has iPads now, and we are all at home. So you want to make sure that if you have any issues with that, you can always email ipad@uvaldecisd.net. Again, that's ipad@uvaldecisd.net. So if your apps aren't working or it's not letting you log in or something along those lines, be sure to visit that. And then ipad@uvaldecisd.net if you have any issues, parents or students, if you're tuning in. And moving on here, I know we do have Mr. T here talking about giving out some Schoology codes.
For sure. So thanks for asking that question. So parents, we do have Schoology Codes coming out. It's our new learning management system. So each one of your children should have already received the code from their teacher. If you still need access to Schoology, feel more than welcome to call the school, ask for Mr. Torres or Miss Liao or Miss Garcia, our instructional coach, and she'll be able to get you that unique access code. It's almost like your student ID, but it'll get you access to all the classes. So again, the beauty behind this is it's just one code for all classes if you're in junior high. So 1 instead of 7, it makes it a real nice treat for me and any parent out there. And then I do want to give a shout out real quick, Gabe, before we go on, to Elsa Field. She's usually always one of our parents that's on Facebook watching the morning announcements or even this. So again, hello, Elsa, from us, and hello to anybody out there.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. T, for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Field, for participating and for being a loyal supporter. I mean, we know that Mr. T was sharing with us that we had over 700 views of our Morales Mingle last week. And so that is super exciting because that's exactly what we want the word to get out because we are here for you parents. So please remember, if you have any questions or comments, please type those in and we will get them to you. And we have with us our special guest today, the lovely and wonderful president of our UCISD school board, Anabel White. And she has joined us so that she can answer some of our questions and your questions. So please make sure that you go ahead and type those in there.
Yes, thank you, Barbara, and welcome, Mrs. White. Thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate this. I know it is Board Recognition Month here in January, so thank you for serving on our board and stuff like that. And just we have a couple of questions for you, and we're going to start off here with the first question that I have here is, what made you want to serve the community in this capacity and volunteering for an unpaid position?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy watching this. And so I want to thank you again for inviting me on your show. And why I wanted to serve the community in this capacity, I'm a proud product of this district. And this district has allowed me to achieve many goals. And my parents valued education, and Uvalde gave me just that. It allowed me to pursue higher education. And so this is just one way for me to give back to try to help children achieve the same thing.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love it.
That is. You and I said it at the same time. Awesome. I mean, and I think that's what we are trying to encourage all of our kiddos to do is to, just strive and set goals and things like that. So we know that there are school board members and they exist and that they're elected, but what exactly do school board members do? And what is the purpose of a school board?
All righty, Ms. Chase. So we have several things that we do. And let me begin by saying that the only time we actually have power is in a meeting. We don't have power anytime outside of a meeting, but here are some of the things that we do in our purpose. We adopt goals and priorities for the district. And during House Bill 3, the infamous House Bill 3, we have now been tasked with monitoring student success. We also adopt policies and review them for effectiveness. We hire and evaluate the superintendent. With that being said, he is our only employee that we oversee. We adopt the annual budget and set a tax rate. And lastly, we communicate with the community by holding meetings and by doing such things like forming advocacy groups. A couple of years back, we formed something called the Student Voices, where once a month we invite students, any student who likes to participate, to come and meet with us an hour before a school board meeting and just come and talk to us, concerns they have, ideas that they have. And it's been really wonderful because they are actually our largest stakeholder in the district, but we actually never get to hear from them. And it's been a great experience. After a few months of doing that, we also formed Teacher Voices, where we get to hear directly from the teachers. And that's also been a great experience.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of news to me. I mean, I'm familiar with boards. I've been on a couple of boards myself, and it's always interesting to be on those things and to see the background of what's going on.
Yes.
So continuing on with some more questions, we're going to kind of flip flop back and forth here with some questions that we have for you. What is something that you learned that surprised you from your time being on the board that you maybe didn't know before, or just something that when you saw it, you're just like, oh wow, I didn't know that was even something.
Something that really surprised me and actually shocked me was how highly regulated the school board is by the state of Texas. Overall, the state, the Texas Education Agency tells us what to do. And so we have local control, but it's highly restricted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Because usually, like some of the boards that I've been on, it's just you're not really answering to anybody but the board, but your members, like at the chamber or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty interesting to know that the state actually does get really involved with you guys. That's news to me too.
So if the state does that, does that mean that they like do you have to have like trainings, or do you participate in things like that because in order to prepare and be prepared for all of the things that you have to follow?
Yes. So we have to follow Open Meetings Acts that the state with their rules that we have to follow. And then we do have to have continuing education. There's so many hours we have to complete every single year. And every mandate that they have, we have to fulfill.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good. But you see, I'm glad people get to hear that, because that's other people may not understand how much actually time and stuff goes into doing this and being part of it when they're, saying, oh, why aren't they doing this? Or, there's a lot that goes into it more than we actually know. That's for sure.
Right. All those questions. Well, and so as parents, that's one of the things that, that I am always interested is in how, first of all, why should parents attend and watch board meetings? I know right now with COVID that people aren't really going to the Benson conference at the beautiful boardroom that we have over there now. But I know they can watch it. So why should parents participate and attend the board meetings?
Well, let me first tell you that boardroom is gorgeous. Our staff actually built everything in there. All the woodwork, our staff did that, and it's beautiful. So if our parents, our community ever gets a chance to step in there, I really wish that they
we're having technical difficulties.
I think we lost you, Miss White.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
There she is.
Here I am. So again, I invite people to come to our board meetings. If they could just come and see the beautiful work that our staff has done. Our boardroom was built by our staff. The woodwork there is gorgeous. Now, to directly answer your question, parents should attend and watch our board meetings just for the sole reason that they can hear for themselves firsthand the policies that we pass that directly affect their students. And parents should be their number one advocate for their students. If there's something on the agenda that concerns them or that they would like to support, then that definitely is a reason why you should watch or attend or even sign up to speak at that meeting for. And the meetings are posted at the very least 72 hours before. So the agenda, you can take a look at that agenda and sign up to speak at those meetings.
And so how would a parent do that? How would they look at the agenda and sign up to speak at a meeting?
Well, we post it on our website. So like I said, 72 hours before at least. And in person, there is a sign-up sheet. And I'm not sure if we can do it via Zoom, but that is something you can email me or call central office to check. Or better yet, next week when Mr. Fernandez is on, he'll definitely have the answer.
Putting him on the spot. We got to put him on the spot.
Teamwork. It's teamwork.
That's right.
Yeah.
For sure. And just to add to what you said, Ms. White, on the school website on Uvalde or UCISD.net, on the top of the homepage, there's a button that says School Board, and it'll take you to the main page for the school board. And you just scroll down, and for example, this Monday, January 8th at 6:30 is the regular board meeting. So you click the link and you'll go straight to the live stream. Or regular board meetings have a Zoom link as well. Or if you do have a question to a particular board member, they're right there with their picture and an email to get a hold of them really quickly. So we do have access to parents to access that information for school board meetings, contacting that school board member. On the side, it also has information concerning the board talk or board policy, the agendas that are posted, as mentioned, 72 hours before the event.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. T.
Yeah. Once again, folks, too, that are tuning in right now, look at that website. There's a lot of good stuff on there that you can see. I know not just with the board, but you can find a lot of links and stuff like that for your children, like Schoology and things like that. So remember that stuff, folks. So moving on, and with another question that I have, and I think this is a good one because we always wanting to think ahead of time and think of what's coming up and think of the future, because the future is going to be here whether we want it to be here or not. The time's going to pass and all that. So as board president, where do you want to see UCISD in a year, 3 years, 5 years?
In a year, in all honesty, I would like to see us have a leash on COVID.
Yes.
But I'd like to see us all back in school. But no, in all honesty, I think it's hard, as a nation, as a world, we're all going through the same situation. The inconsistency of having to be in and out of school, virtual, in person. So in a year, I'd like for us just to focus on mentally and physically healthy staff and teachers. And then in 3 years, I'd like to see, a robust and successfully thriving dual language academy. I'd like for our AP scores to be up, our SAT scores to be up, maybe even a National Merit Scholar. We haven't had one of those in a beat. I'd like to see vertical alignment in our academics, our sports, all the things that we offer, which are numerous, so numerous. And I'd like to see all of our shareholders, honestly, embrace all the things that we offer, wholeheartedly embrace all of the wonderful things that, like our blended learning, that our school district, our staff work so hard on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. Barbara, you got any more questions there, Barbara? You want to ask more?
I have one last question. And you know what? Actually, Mr. T just kind of spoke to this briefly about on the website, on the school board tab on our website, all of the school board members are listed as well as their email addresses, because that was my question was, if a parent thought they needed to contact a board member, how should they, but also when should parents, there's sort of this hierarchy of when, parents should, talk to the teacher, then counselor, AP, principal, but when should a parent contact the board member about something? And is there a certain protocol for contacting the board? Like, do they talk to one person first and then another person, or how does all of that go?
So we're always open to speaking to our community, our parents, our students, our staff, but you are absolutely correct. There is a protocol. You should always, if there's a problem, you should always speak to whoever we'll call it the problem or concern is with. If it's your teacher, please speak with your teacher first. Your teacher might not know that there's something going on, that you have a concern. And then after that, you would speak to the administrator, and then after that, central office. Because if you come directly to us, that involves us in a level that then if it gets to that level, we will have to, like, if you come and speak to me, I'll have to recuse myself if it ever gets to that level. But if it's something in general that you would like, we're always open to speaking. If you want to see, I don't know, badminton as something, please come and speak to us. Or you saw something at a different district that you'd like to see, absolutely reach out to us. We're always open to speaking to our community members, our parents. But yes, there's absolutely a protocol for it.
Thank you for clarifying that. So if a parent say they did see something at another school district, a program or anything like that they would like, do they go right to the president, or should they contact a different board member, or does it not really matter?
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. So I set the agenda and I run the meetings, but for things like that, we're one and the same. We are a team. We work as one with Dr. Harrell.
Awesome. Thank you so much for explaining that.
Yes, and thank you. I know we're getting close to our time. Actually, we're over our time a little, but that's okay because we're having fun with you. But thank you for coming out and really hoping the parents can see, get the perspective from an actual board member, not just what they think it is. And I think, you saying, that, using the chain of command. And I think at the end of the day, it's communication. If you communicate with your teachers, if you communicate with your administrator, a lot of those problems will get solved right away. So parents, I encourage you to do that very much. Just go and if you feel that it's not getting anywhere, just use the chain of command. That's the right way to do things with anything. You can go anywhere, and they're going to tell you the same thing, is to use the chain of command. And but thank you very much for coming out. We really appreciate it so much, and thank you for serving the board, because I'm sure there is a lot of time that you have to, especially being the president. There's a lot of time that you have to sacrifice from your family, from work, and all of that stuff to give back to your community. And it's great that you care and love your community and you want to see it succeed. So thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you. And I will tell you, I'm very proud to be from Uvalde and to be from this district. I really am. And I want to thank you guys for doing this, because during this time, I think communication is something very important. I think we feel more isolated than ever. And so for y'all to be doing this, to be reaching out to our students, to our parents, to our community members, I think it's a wonderful thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think that does us for today. Mr. T, if you got anything?
No, just want to echo the same sentiments on behalf of myself, Ms. Leon, Mr. Escamilla. Happy School Board Appreciation Month, Ms. White, and to all our other board members. We've been affected directly by it. Y'all have helped us with the one-to-one iPad initiative hotspot. So, I think we all have a difficult job, but the board has really, like the motto is, navigate us through some difficult times with COVID. And again, thank you for helping us. It means the world. And it's, I can only imagine how hard it is to do what y'all do. Again, and Ms. White, you're a mom, a wife, a school board president, juggling your own kids' schedules. I mean, there's a lot. So again, it's one of those jobs that it requires the ultimate sacrifice. And we're grateful for each one of our board members.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, folks. So thank you guys very much for tuning in to the Morales Mingle here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Live. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Coyote Pride, go ahead and do that right now. Go to YouTube and just hit subscribe on Coyote Pride. And you can also follow us on MJH Twitter and join us weekly on Wednesdays at noon. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Wait, we have Luis Fernandez. We almost forgot.
Yes, we almost forgot about him.
Fernandez will be here next week. This is Mr. Fernandez. And so he will be joining us next week to answer some questions. So parents too, if you have any questions that you think of beforehand, please respond in the chat after this video. That would be great. And we'll have some questions for him, but we would love to see you live next week with your questions, and just let us know how we can help you, parents. We're here for you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank y'all very much. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.